Hello ladies and gentlemen, today I'll show you a chess game that you never saw before and you might never see something like this again. So in the game, White sacrificed his queen 5 times in a row. Like crazy game, guys. So this game was played 100 years ago in 1920 in USA between Edwin Ziegler Adams playing as White and Carlos Torre Repetto playing as the black pieces. So White played e4, black played e5, knight f3 and d6. This is known as the Philidor defense, and once this was played a lot of times, and in these days like, people don't play this as much. So d4 plays White, e takes d4 and queen takes d4, taking up space in the center. Knight takes d4 also is good. So now black wants to develop his piece with tempo, so he plays knight to c6, attacking the queen, and White plays bishop b5, pinning the knight to the king, so the knight can take our queen, and black plays bishop d7. Now the knight is once again threatening our queen, so bishop c6, bishop takes on c6, and knight to c3, developing the knight, knight to f6, White castles, and bishop e7 by black, preparing to castle. So as you can see, White has a lot of space and controls all the central squares here and is better in development. So knight to d5 plays White, putting the knight and stabilizing it into the center. So bishop takes d5 and this pawn takes the knight, opening the e file for the rook. So black immediately castles and bishop g5 plays White, developing the bishop and connecting the two rooks with some good ideas in the future. So c6 plays black, trying to start an attack and attack this pawn. So White strengthens this pawn by playing c4. So they exchange pawns, and now rook to e8. By the way, if you look at this position, this pawn is very weak. The bishop is almost trapped by his own pieces, he can't move anywhere, and this knight also, and these pieces are very weak and very you don't want to play like this, guys. Look at White, has a lot of options with the queen, with the knight, the rooks, everything is open and has a lot of variations. Meanwhile black doesn't even have a lot of choice how to play. So White plays rook f3-1 on putting the rook on the open file. So a5 plays black, this move is about nothing. So rook to e2 plays White. Now the idea is to connect the rooks on the e file, so rook to c8, black also takes an open file, and now White achieves his plan by playing rook a to e1, and now these rooks form a battery on the e file and attack the bishop, and good idea. So queen d7 is played, this is good move, connecting the rooks and maybe to get the queen out. So White takes the knight on f6, and here black does a very strong blunder by playing bishop takes f6. So from the first sight it looks completely okay. Black is attacking the queen and planning to exchange some rooks, and the position looks very good. But as you can see, the back rank of the black king, then this king and these pieces are all very weak, and if you can see, the queen is defending the rook. If the queen was somewhere else, then we could easily exchange rooks and give checkmate, as you can see. So here White does the first brilliant queen sacrifice. You can always pause the video and try to find the moves yourself. So from this point on, you can always try to pause the video and find the moves for White. This is all brilliant queen sacrifice, and you'll see how this goes. So if you haven't found it yet, the brilliant move is queen to g4. This looks at first like a queen blunder, like if you show this game to a beginner he might think, wow, free queen. So the idea being that we overload this queen that is attacking, that is protecting this rook, you see. So let's say if queen takes right now, this is checkmate in two moves, we exchange rooks, and rook to e8 would be checkmate. So the queen can't even go to d8, let's say, defend the rook again, because queen can take this rook, sacrifice the queen, and after let's say this queen takes the queen, then it's checkmate once again. After queen takes, then rook takes, and it's checkmate. And if you take the rook, then we win f3 rook. So, and let's say the queen goes to somewhere else, c5, then again it's checkmate after exchanging the rooks. So only square where the queen can protect the rooks is queen to b5. We see that all other moves are unavailable for us as black and are not good. So again, white tries to overload the black's position. So you can try and find the move. So the move is crazy once again. White double sacrifices his queen, queen c4. So again overloading the queen. So the idea being that queen can take the queen because rook e8 is checkmate. And also cannot take with the rook because of the same idea. This is also checkmate, as you can see. So we overload now both the queen and this rook. They cannot protect this rook and also take the queen. So these pieces are overloaded. By the way, if you ask why a4 isn't good, isn't working, because here black would simply sacrifice the queen. And let's say this is leads to checkmate. Look at this. This is checkmate. So only move that worked in this position for white was the move that we did. The crazy queen sacrifice, queen to c4. So in this position again, black has only one move to protect the rook, is queen to d7. So again, now the move that white did is completely crazy, guys. This very arrogant move, and you can always try to find it even you haven't found it by now. So the move is queen to c7, sacrificing the queen once again. So the rook cannot take the queen because it's checkmate, as you can see. And we already see a pattern here that we overload these pieces. You see, we overload them all. So if queen takes, it's still checkmate, as you can see, after rook exchange. So again, only square to the queen to protect the rook is b5 and a4. Let's say queen f5, then again it's checkmate. So black could have gone queen a4, but after b3 and queen b5, then a4, and you see this queen cannot no longer protect the rook. So black went to b5, and here guys, white plays a4, sacrificing a pawn. This is also a brilliant move. So here, if you think why black couldn't simply sacrifice the queen, this doesn't work because I can simply take your queen, and after you take mine, it's checkmate. So only way to do this is to take the pawn, and now you can again try to find the brilliant move. Rook to e4, sacrificing the rook. So we now overload three pieces in the same time. This rook, and the queen at the same time. Guys, this is so brilliant. So queen cannot take the rook because then rook takes. If you take my queen, it's checkmate. You cannot take the rook with the rook because it's checkmate again. You can see the rook goes back, but it's checkmate. I hope you see all this variation. And you also cannot take my queen because rook to e8 would be checkmate. So let's go back. So in this position, black only move is to go queen b5 and still protect the rook. And now white found the brilliant queen sacrifice that ended the game. So white played queen takes b7, sacrificing the queen for the 5th time in this game. So in this position, black resigned, and let's see why. You cannot take the queen because it's checkmate, and you cannot even take my rook because it's checkmate. So in this position, the black pieces are completely overloaded, and this queen has no more safe squares to go. Let's say queen goes to d3, then it's checkmate, as you can see. So the best move, like engine says, is just go like g6 and make some square for your king and basically give your queen for free. So this is like crazy. Look at this. If you take, then I can simply take, and this is no checkmate threat because rook simply goes back, and this is completely winning for white. So in this position black resigned, and this game is absolutely crazy, and I hope you learned something from it. So like the video and please subscribe to my channel.